What are the commonly used chords when beginning to play fingerstyle? Hi, my name is Archer Clarito, and I'll be teaching you those basic, common chords you should know when starting to play fingerstyle. Today, I'll also be teaching you the basic minor chords that are commonly used when starting to play fingerstyle. If this is your first time viewing my video, please check out the first video I made as well on how to start with fingerstyle and the basic pattern for your right finger and the three basic chords as well. If you have not subscribed yet to the channel, please do so and click on the notification button. I'll be uploading weekly videos on tutorial on how to start playing fingerstyle. And let's go to the video. All right, let's start the lesson. This is lesson number 2. Again, if you have not gone through lesson number 1, check out the video at the end of this. That would go back to the basic on fingerstyle and the pattern, descending pattern I introduced last time. Next pattern will be kind of similar on the descending pattern, but we'll do a little different on it. So it will go like this one. If you remember, the last pattern I introduced was this one. You click on a bass string and the 3 fingers, your index, middle, and your ring or 4th finger goes down. Now let's try to do a little different this time. We'll do it with bass string, descending, then let's go up. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's just going down and up again. And you do it again on the A string too. So your fingers now is like doing a march, right? So it's just doing a march there. So, and then goes to the same with D. So if we count it, it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there you go. Practice that pattern. So that's still descending, and then you go up with the lower 3 string, your G, B, and E string there. So you go down and up. Basically just like this. Then and you can do it slowly. Now you don't have to do it fast, so it can be just as slow as. Then next string. And then your D string. And let's go up to the A string. And go to the E string. And repeat it again and again. Now that you've learned that new pattern, not really a big difference there. It's just descending still, but you go up a little bit on the lower 3 strings with the G, B, and E string there. Now let's learn the common chords that we could use with that pattern. Let's start with letter E. Okay, the chord E. So E is placed with your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the A string, and then your 4th finger there just below it. Same fret on the 2nd fret on the 3rd. Well, let's just say that's the 4th string there. That's your D string, and your index finger, put it on the G string on the 1st fret. So that is your E. And it would sound like that's E. Okay, and you play it with the pattern that we just introduced, which is the E string at the bass string there. All right, and the next chord is pretty simple. I'll put in a minor on this. So E minor. An E minor is just removing your index finger and leaving the other two. That's E minor, and it's going to make a difference on the tone of the chord. Listen to this. You hear the difference? When you put it in, that's an E. An E minor, remove it. Now you have two chords there, an E and an E minor. Now you might say, like the previous basic chords I introduced in the first video, why don't we play the other string? Right? When we say an E and I'm only playing the top and the three bottom one. Now we don't have to right now. I just want you to be familiar with how that chord is positioned on your string. But basically you could play this entire string on it because that is an E. Same with an E minor. You could play all the strings here. We will use that later on the other music that we'll be learning. The next chord I'll be teaching is a basic chord that's also commonly used is the chord C. Now C is placed with your fourth finger on the third fret on the A string, like this. Your middle finger on the second fret on the D string. And then your index finger, that's going to be on the B string on the first fret, like that. That's C. So if you play C, it's going to be like this. We play it on the second or the fifth string, which is the A string, as the bass. That is C. Now the next chord, remember in the Daga, I introduced the A chord. We're going to learn the A minor. Okay, A minor is removing that pinky there and your index finger adding it on the first fret on the B string. Like that. That's an A minor. There you go. So if you play it, that's an A minor. And remember the A? An A minor, just remove the pinky, put your index there. Makes a difference, right? Look at that A here. An A minor. Hear the difference? But the next one is a D minor. Remember the last time we learned D, like that. Now we're going to do a D minor. What we'll do is leave that fourth finger there. We're going to invert the other two finger, your index and your middle finger. So your middle goes up to where your index finger is when in the D, and your index finger move down to the lower E string on the first fret. That's a D minor there. That's a D minor. You hit the third string. See the difference on the D? Look how I move my fingers to D minor. That's a D minor. The next one is a little tricky. It's B7. Okay, I'm going to introduce B7. B7 is placed like this on your left finger. Your middle finger on the second fret of the A string. And it goes on an interval, like your middle finger will go on the third string on the second fret, and that's the G string. And your pinky goes on the last string there. So there's like a space between the three of them, and your index finger put it on the D string on the first fret there. So that's a B7. Now this is a little tricky. It might not sound when you play it because your other fingers are touching the other string. Just let your fingers find your comfort on how to position it so it won't hit the other string. Now one trick to do it is making sure your guitar is placed on your lap straight and not like inverted or maybe lying down or maybe dropping. Put it straight, and so your wrist on your hand will also be straight, and it's not bending, or you're not putting your elbow out. It's straight. And once you play it, then your fingers could go straight together. That's B7 there. That's B7. Beautiful sound. B7, right? So if you play it hit the A string. Beautiful. B7 sounds very beautiful. Now the other one, I know we talk about A and A minor. I'll introduce A7. Now A7 is not hard. A7 is just putting your A there and removing your fourth finger or your ring finger and leaving the 2. That's A7. Hit the A bass there. Doesn't that sound nice? Look at the difference. Removing the fourth finger. Ooh, nice. Put the minor. Even better, right? So now you have those 3 chords. You have A7. The last chord I will be teaching you today is F. Now F, I was gonna introduce this later on, but it's commonly used already as basic chord. So I want you to learn it ahead of time. F might be a little challenging because it requires you to do a clip. So your index finger clips the first fret like that. And the rest of your finger goes like that. So your middle goes on the G string on the 2nd fret. Your fourth finger goes on the 3rd fret on the A string. And your pinky goes on the 3rd fret on the D string. That's an F. Now again, it might sound awkward, like, it doesn't sound. You gotta push and clip it. That's an F, right? And one trick on a clip is your thumb, press it on at the back of the fretboard with your index being clipped there. And that's an F. And if you play it, now you might say again, hey Archer, we're only playing 4 strings. Why do I need these 2 strings? I could just basically just do like that, right? You can, right? I'm just letting you feel comfortable in how to position the chord on your fingers. So later on, you'll know, because you could basically hit this when doing a fingerstyle, and that's F, right? So I just want to make you comfortable with the chords. So that's the chords we've learned today. So we've learned E, we've learned E minor, we've learned C, we've learned A minor, the D minor, we've learned a B7, beautiful B7, we've learned the A7, look at that sound, and you learned F. Right. So now you're ready to learn a song. And let's apply those chords on a song. I hope you enjoy that. Again, practice it. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't play the first time you're playing it. Keep practicing. You'll get better and better on it. Again, if you know anybody or you have a friend who's also planning to learn how to play fingerstyle, please make sure to share this video to them, and also make sure to hit that notification button there so you'll get to be updated on the next videos I'll be putting in for you. So in the next videos, we'll learn other techniques. I'll make it really, really easy and simple for you to learn fingerstyle. And thanks again for watching.